Hey guys, Anthony here. It is Tuesday, September 12th, 2023. I hope everybody's enjoying their week. I wanted to make this video this morning, talk about a couple things. First off, I have a devotional study that's coming out hopefully by the end of the week. It's going to be entitled True Believer or Apostate, discussing the apostate church that's so prevalent today versus what a true believer in Messiah holds to and believes in. And that brings me to my next topic that I wanted to talk about really quickly today. So many people I see down in social media getting ready for this next election cycle, and they're putting their faith, their hope, their trust in a candidate that they think is going to turn this country around and somehow make it great again, as the slogan goes. This person is not going to be able to do that, nor is this person the person that you think they are. All of these politicians that are running for office, I'm talking high-level office in government, are cut from the same cloth. All we're seeing is the left and the right, which are both controlled by an upper echelon of controllers that we never see. And we can get into real deep discussions on who these top level controllers are, but all of these politicians work for them. No one in media will be given a platform to really speak the truth. That's not in line with the left-right paradigm, you know, the us versus them, or the right side, which is now the hyper-patriotic movement, the Christian nationalist movement, putting their faith behind somebody who is not a believer and is not going to save them. And they are making a big mistake, and I am advising people to stay out of the election cycle. Do not get involved in it. Do not put your face out there, and do not put your hope in it. Now, a lot of people will fight me on it, and feel free to comment or let me know your thoughts, but my warnings to people are to stay out of the next election cycle. That brings me to my next topic of the church in America, and a lot of my recent videos are in line with discussing the church in America, particularly what it teaches, the so-called Christian church, what it teaches, what its adherents follow, who its leaders are, and what they're espousing to their flocks, if you will, is some truth mixed with mostly untruths. And we're getting ready now for the biblical feast season again. We have trumpets coming up. Okay, you can find those feasts in Leviticus chapter 23, then atonement, and then tabernacles. Trumpets is the next one. The dates may be a little off. Some people may be celebrating on a different date because the calendar is so messed up. Some people, I think, are the 15th, 16th. Others I've seen, a better date of the 20th. But regardless, the Apostle Paul says, keep the feasts, okay? These are not the feasts of American pagan feasts, which are Christmas, which is not too far away, which most people celebrate, and then Easter or Ishtar, which supplanted Passover. Those are not feasts. Those are not recognized in the Bible. They are not part of Yah's feasts. His feasts are in Leviticus chapter 23, of which there are 7. Okay? There are 7 feasts plus the weekly Sabbath. Okay? The weekly Sabbath is 52 Sabbaths a year, plus the 7 feasts are 59 holy convocations, where we come together and we celebrate. That's what was given to believers, not just for the Jews. I hear that all the time. That's for the Jews. If you are a believer, and I said this in my last video, whether you're of the Hebrew descent or natural born, or a Gentile, you are grafted in. It is one body. It is not a separate faith for the Jew and a separate faith for the Gentile, where the Gentile has Christmas and Easter and its other feasts. And then the Jew has the 7 Levitical feasts from Leviticus 23, plus the weekly Sabbath. It is one faith. One, you're grafted into Abraham. You are grafted into Israel as a Gentile. And it's one belief system. Everyone that claims to be a believer should be celebrating the biblical feasts. That's what we live under. That is what Yah did, is his commandment. That's what Jesus did, Yahusha. That's what his apostles did. And the early church fathers, many of them did as well, until corruption crept in and the Romish church basically took over and supplanted the biblical feasts because of their hatred for Messiah, and supplanted it with false feasts. And that's just the truth, and that's the truth straight up. That's what it is. There's not 2 belief systems. There's one set of feasts, one set of dietary laws, one set of 10 commandments. There's the biblical laws from the Bible that we are to follow, and there's blessings and curses for Deuteronomy 28 and 29. Blessings for following, curses for not following.